Marianah Lourens met Kuns en Vermaak. Yes, Marianah Lourens and Art and Entertainment. And I am here again with an amazing, I always say my guests are amazing, but this one is really, really special. But we are again here in the little theatre, in the green room, and you will still hear the sound effects, the squeaking gate. I just want to say it again. If you hear that very loud squeak, it is the gate. It's not one of us. And I am with Anton. Now, Anton, I got such a lovely surprise when you contacted me this week. And normally we speak Afrikaans, but we will speak English so that everyone can understand us. It's strange to speak English with each other.
Indeed, no, for sure.
Welcome, Anton.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Marianah.
It is Anton Van Der Merwe, but he's been performing in the UK and in the USA, and they can't say Van Der Merwe, so he's Anton Van Der Merwe to them.
Yes, no, indeed, every time they tried to announce me going on stage, they did make some mistake. Van Der Merwe, one time one of my friends said Van Der Merwe. So I just thought I might as well just drop the W. Everything else is still there, and then I become Van Der Merwe. So yeah, it's a little bit of a joke that we always have.
It's too complex for their brains, you see.
It's because of the Dutch, isn't it? So the RW sound.
Yeah, they can't do that.
No,
and
indeed.
The R, of course, Merwe.
Yeah.
It's called Merwe.
Indeed, like all Germanic.
Yes. So the Anton Van Der Merwe can be for them, and you still Anton Van Der Merwe to us. But we met, and I was trying to work out, is it 20 years ago? Is it 22 years ago? Something like that.
It's basically the beginning of the 2000s we met. I think our very first production we did was at Harvest Christian Church when we did Prodigal Files. I was one of the co-authors with Ingrid Greef and, of course, Andrew Greef with that production. Yes, that was amazing. And you were one of our ladies in the chorus also. Yes. And your lovely husband built the sets. It was amazing. So we just had a lovely to reminisce about that.
Exactly. And I was also a prostitute.
Oh, yes.
So, I'm a very experienced prostitute from long ago.
There we go. It's been happening for ages.
Those shows were so amazing because we did those. And then we were later again with Dani, with
Dani Mattia.
We did Rut.
Yes.
And what a show that was.
It was.
Did we do that in the Opera House?
Yes, we did initially. Well, the first run I saw had happened at Summerstrand Church.
Yes, that was the first Rut.
Yes. And then Dani and I knew each other from before doing things together, and he said, well, let's have a little bit of a revamp. So I came in and I worked with his musical director. We wrote a few more songs and we spurred it up and designed new costumes. My mum actually got involved with the designing all the costumes, so she made all of that. I actually played the role of Agos, which is actually the evil character. And it was terrible. Every night I had to.
Evil.
Yes, I was the evil character.
With the knife.
I was the protagonist against Ahab and Ruth, and I had to. Every night there was actually a terrible rape scene that we had to rehearse, and it was every time I had to do that, I almost like blanked out doing this and then running away as he came onto the stage. And then right afterwards, I would sing this heart-wrenching song. And I remember the critics saying it was the evil man with the angel voice. So that was quite interesting. But yeah, that was an amazing experience.
It was. So, but that was now a blast from the past.
Indeed.
I want to now talking about the angel voice, because you have been commissioned to compose the Platinum Jubilee Anthem for Her Majesty the Queen. And here we are talking about the Queen of the UK, the English Queen, the Queen of England. And tell us now all about that, and how did that come about? And and it sounds so amazing.
It has been an amazing, amazing opportunity that befell me. I've been long-standing friends with the founder of the British Monarchist Society, is Thomas Mays Archer Mills. We met in the UK about 5 years ago. He is one of the most recorded royal commentators in the world, and he was the most recorded during Harry and Meghan's wedding. So, yeah, we became friends, and we lost a bit of contact when I came back to South Africa for a bit. And then when I got stuck back in England, the beginning of 2021, we just started, rekindle the friendship. And then he said, well, listen, we are now planning this big project for the Queen. It's actually part of a bigger initiative, the Jubilee Statue Trust, because the BMS with the Statue Trust are actually erecting a statue for the Queen. They're hoping for it to be in front of Buckingham Palace. But all of this is still in the making. But part of that was to create this anthem. We had brilliant brainstorm sessions about what we wanted to do, and specifically about full inclusion. That was very important because the Queen is not only Queen of England, but she is also the head of the Commonwealth, and she's Queen of certain realms throughout the world. So there's a lot of people that's under the crown or associated with the crown that we wanted to include. So yes, that was an amazing opportunity that I'm so grateful for. It's one of those once in a lifetime big breaks. And I am overcome really and thrilled that I've got this opportunity. So yeah.
Telling us about the song, that it's actually quite a long song.
Yes. I mean, how do you incorporate 70 years of the most well-known monarch in the world into a piece of music? Yes, so the song is average about just over 5 minutes long, and we are taking the song through, as I said, through the Commonwealth. We are actually starting in Africa with African chanting and African percussion, and then our soloist singing on top of that. Then we're taking it to India with Hindi chants and Hindi instrumentation, sitars and everything that happens through that. Then we're going over to what we call the Australasian segment, which is Australia and New Zealand, some of the Polynesian islands, and then it actually comes all the way around to the Caribbean. Those influences you will once again hear with the Maori chanting. I'll tell you about the Maori chanting in a bit. And then you've got the didgeridoo from Australia, you've got the steel drums from the Caribbean, and you've got this Maori percussion also happening and driving that segment. Then we bring it all the way around, and we're coming back to Scotland and Ireland with our bridge. The lyrics that we actually wrote in that bridge segment is Queen's speech at her 21st birthday that she did in Cape Town.
Oh my word!
Where she says, I vow that I will serve you to the end of my days, which is also quite amazing.
I saw something that you sang something when she was here that time.
Yes.
How old were you then?
Oh golly, this was in 95, so I was just before I turned 20.
Yeah, so you were just out of your teenage years, basically. And you sang for her.
I was part of
visiting South Africa.
Just post the change in South Africa, she came to visit herself and President Nelson Mandela toured the country, and they came to Port Elizabeth, and the University of Port Elizabeth choir under Janita Lambrecht sang for them. So I was at that stage one of the choir members. That was amazing. That experience.
So you were part of that.
Yes.
And how did you know that eventually you will be you'll play such a huge part in this absolutely amazing Jubilee Anthem?
I tell you, I do feel it's very surreal. It's like something I've hoped for my whole life that is now happening, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I need to pinch myself all the time. I constantly sit and I get goosebumps and chills thinking, wow. And it actually doesn't even feel like it's me that's done this.
No, it's the dream come true.
It does feel like that.
At the right time, God knows. Sometimes we think we've missed something here and we've missed something there. In the end, he's had you in the palm of his hand.
That's true. That is so true. I did. This is what I want to say earlier. I do almost feel like I'm just more of a channel for this than anything else. You know your limitations, and you know who you are. But when I go back to the music and the lyrics and everything, I do feel that this was more of a channel of anything else than me being super creative. I do believe that creativity, you can only create when you are coming from the source. The source is of all creation. That's where it happens.
Yes.
So I do believe we are all just channels of that.
Yes.
So yeah, no, this has been.
And God created us, and it's a God-given talent. And I mean that voice of yours.
Oh, bless.
So your voice is on this anthem.
Yes. The initial demo that was sent to everybody, myself and my singing partner Georgina Dyer, we recorded that. We then approached via a artist acquisition company, several artists. And we were thrilled that Leslie Garrett, CBE, came back to us. She is a sweetheart, a national sweetheart, and everybody in especially the classical and opera genre, knows her very well. And I've been a long-standing fan of hers because she is also a lady that's gone and taken classical music and crossed it over. So she has got this beautiful renditions of, for instance, Amazing Grace that she did with the Soweto choir and with African influences. And that was part of even the inspiration that we used for when we started arranging the music.
In the UK?
Yes.
So here you have all these African sentimentalists almost that you're rubbing shoulders with in the UK.
Yeah.
And you here from South Africa. South Africa. And you're from, not from PE, you're from Kabega.
Yeah.
Kabega,
Indeed.
You're from Utenhake, actually. Kabega.
Yeah, I was from the age of 10, we lived in Utenhake. So, and then when initially I went and studied Stellenbosch, but then when I started doing my law degree, it was here at UPE, University of Port Elizabeth.
Now talk about that law degree. Where did the law degree go then?
Actually, the law degree has always, in some way or another, opened
good stead.
Exactly, opened doors for me because. Yes, it's amazing to have one direction and hopefully you're proficient in one, like the music side of it and the creative side of it, because I was on stage since I was 7 doing estate fits and singing in the Eastern Province choirs and everything. But then the law degree was something completely different. But it's like I said, it opened doors for me. So every time people would look at my CV or my resume, they would see, okay, there's music and there's law. There's not only creativity, but there's some sort of a level-headed organization. Indeed. And when I came back to South Africa, I've done a lot of different stints. I left in 2003, was abroad for about 3 years, came back 2006-07, was back in Cape Town, did some television work, and I did television ads at that stage. Then I thought, no, I want to go back to the UK. Did that for another 3 years, went back onto the cruise ships where I sang for Carnival UK. Then I had this amazing opportunity to go to New York, lived in Manhattan for 2009-10. That was also an amazing experience. Came back to the UK, went back on the ship, had a lovely new love relationship start there. And then 2 years later, I left the ships, signed a development contract with a artist development company where we wrote my initial first songs, music videos, everything. Through that, I got scouted for Britain's Got Talent and X Factor. But unfortunately, due to ill health, I couldn't do my final audition for Simon Cowell, which was heart-wrenching.
God knew something that you knew nothing about.
Exactly. So many people actually say that those reality TV shows that are supposed to build talent don't always work out to the best for the artist, which maybe in a way I dodged a bullet. Which, you never really, today looking in retrospect, which is
you
always 2020.
Go back.
I don't know if I'll actually now go back. I don't know if it will need, I don't actually even think I want to initially do that.
I was just going to say, do you want to?
No. So.
That whole thing, I believe, from people.
It is interesting how what that illusion of it all is. And when you see backstage what really happens, it's very eye-opening. But, at the moment, Britain's Got Talent and X Factor has been cancelled. Simon Cowell is busy with other productions and everything, or different television shows that seems to be doing quite well. But then in 2000, and after all of that, in 2016, my heart started longing to come back to South Africa. And I came back to Cape Town 2016, was based in Somerset West. I then, because of the law degree, got a HR and operations job for a celebrity chef. So, yeah, I'm probably not allowed to really mention. But, yeah, I did that for almost 2 years. An extremely exciting time. But once again, the arts and events called me. Left there, did a few shows, did a bit of television work and television extra work. Then went on and I still carried on doing my own cabaret show. Then another company approached me and said, do you not want to come and work as part of their events team? So we helped transform a very well-known theatre from one entity to another, also in Cape Town. So there was developing a theatre, but that company also had quite a few fingers throughout the entertainment and event segment in Cape Town. So I was very, very fortunate to be one of the events coordinators for the Tennis in Africa, which with Bill Gates and Federer Nadal.
Wonderful.
I basically
Big
ran.
names you are throwing and tossing around, but we've got about 3 minutes left, Anton.
Okay. Wow.
How does time fly when you're having fun?
Indeed.
Now, what I want to ask you, you are returning to the UK on what date?
I'm flying back on the 8th of March. So yes, then
So it's soon.
I know.
It's soon. So if people want to, now we've heard your song, and of course, that Jubilee Anthem for the Queen is going to be everywhere.
We hope so, indeed.
Yeah, because it will be released. If people want to get hold of you, they can get hold of you on Facebook. I know that because I stalked you there. And you actually have got 2 pages, Anton Van Der Merwe and Anton Van Der Merwe.
Yes.
So they can actually take their pick.
Well,
but the Van Der Merwe one is the one that you can just join. Yeah, it's just the public one. You can't actually befriend you. You are still, for us South Africans here, you are still Anton Van Der Merwe, so you're there. But how else can they get hold of you? Who knows?
Well, I do have my website. It's also Anton Van Der Merwe at .co.za, and I can be approached through that, or as said, Facebook and Facebook messaging would work. Yes, I think those would be the 2 main outlets specifically that could be easy monitored.
Yes,
really. Yes, and we are very, very excited for the song to be released. At the moment, there will be pre-orders that's going live this week, and the song will be officially released on the Queen's birthday as a gift to her on the 21st of April. Yes, so, and then we are quite excited. One of the reasons why I'm going back now is because we are also filming a documentary, the making of the anthem, and we've already been approached also now by some of the television networks that do want to also do segments of that. Because of Leslie and how well known she is now going to be in all the television talk shows in England. Then there's also a whole big PR campaign running in America because our founder, Thomas Mace Archer Mills, was originally American born, but half of his family is English. He lived most of his life in England. That's why he's got such an affinity for England. And that's why he started the association, the society, the British Monarchist Society. So yeah, we're trying to get the song throughout the world to really commemorate this amazing monarch.
Wonderful. So at the moment, it's all about the song.
Indeed.
It's the Jubilee Anthem for Her Majesty the Queen. It's going to be released in April on her birthday, for her birthday.
Indeed.
And it's just going to be awesome. And I'm so thrilled that we could have you,
thank you.
For the short little while you're here in Kaberga. Can you say that?
Kaberga.
No. You have to do the
There we go.
And because that's what it is now.
Yes, exactly.
I'm sorry, Anton, just like you, Van Der Merwe.
Funny. How funny is that?
It has been such a joy and a pleasure to once again just rekindle our friendship and in fact our passion for the arts. It is so obvious. I mean, it's just so vibrant between us. We've been in shows together.
Indeed.
And who knows, maybe you need a granny one day and you say, I want her. She's in South Africa.
I've got a role for you.
But you better get her here.
Yes, there we go.
Who knows?
Indeed.
But
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for coming.
It's my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
It has really been a pleasure, and just be blessed as you go.
Thank you very much.
And we just wish you everything of the best. Thank you.
Appreciate that.
And now it's time to say goodbye, really, from me, Marianah Lourens, and Art and Entertainment. Dit is nou tyd om te groet vir my, Marianah Lourens, met Kuns en Vermaak. Ek sê, arrivederci.